welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. This is Rogue, who's trying to lick my face. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't have any food in my mouth. So there's sometimes when I just pat her bottom like this, and I went to do that yesterday, and she started playing like she was gonna bite my arm, and so we played like that for a little while, and then my arm had all these little marks on it, and I was like, what is that? I remembered, oh yeah, she was clawing me. Oh man, I'm always finding bruises and stuff that I have no explanation for. This is a Flosstube, mostly about cross stitch, sometimes about quilting or sewing, and or knitting, mostly cross stitch though. And I tell you, I spend more time taking out for my projects than I do putting in. The weather is temperate right now here. This is why people move here, the weather right now. And I'm cold. I'm freezing. It's 70 degrees. That's not cold, and I know that's not cold, but I'm cold. I had on a sweater until I started filming, and I think it feels cooler when it's inside than when you're outside in the sun, because the sun can heat things up pretty quickly. But this is the time of year, February, March, when you try to turn off your air and your heat so that you can save a little bit on those bills. The air conditioning bill, the electric bill in June, July, and August can become ridiculous. So, you know, I have one of those where you pay the same amount every month, and then sometimes you're plus, and then you go through the summer and you're minus, and but you just pay the same amount. Both mine even went up last year. So, yeah, you know, I remember living in places where the power bill wasn't so high. And in the winter, our gas bill gets high too. I don't know why. We don't have anything gas. I figure it's from using the heater. I don't know. I haven't really been doing much of anything. I'm still chasing down paperwork. I've been calling to get a last 1099-R from the government for my dad so that I can get his taxes done. We didn't get one in the mail. Now the website says it should be mailed to you by this date and you should get it. No. And last year he didn't get it either. I remember having to go online and get it. But it won't let me do that now because they know that he's gone. And so there's a phone number I need to call to talk to. I tried filling out a request for a form. I've been denied twice because I can't prove who I am. And so I don't know why, because I filled out all the information there, but you know. So I have to call this number. And they have a little thing that says, if you don't want to wait on hold, you know, you can request a call back. And then it said, by your area code, you know, and phone number, we see that you're in Mountain Standard Time. I'm like, yeah, you know. So then it says, yeah, we can't do that. So I try every day. One time I was on hold for over an hour, and then it just hung up on me. Sometimes I can be on hold and do other things, but other times, and I can't get very far from my dad's information so that I can. Anyway, I digress very far from projects. I'm going to do my knitting first because it's not very much. I finally finished the lace work down here. And I started up on this. And this has another pattern that's going to go through here, right? That's why it's got these little markers. Well, I am this far from the end of the row, and I should have more stitches here than what are there. So something is wrong somewhere along the line here. And I've tried counting and counting and counting, and I cannot figure out where it is. I'm off by 2 stitches. And I'm looking, I'm like, is there any drop stitches? I don't see any drop stitches. So I'm going to try again today to count it again. Maybe while I'm on hold. So that is Casapinka Snarkometer. And, the whole point of putting in those stitch markers is so that I can keep track of the stitches, right? And I counted in between them, and it seems right. So I don't know where I'm off. And I think, well, I could just do the pattern up until then, but then when I go back the other way to do the other half, because you use the other half of it, it won't work. So, and then when I go back across again, the other way again, it'll probably come out right. And so everything will be off like it is in the lace. I ignored it the first time in the lace section, and I don't want to do that again. So I think I may have to end up carefully going back and, unknitting. My sister calls it tinking. So, but I did get to another color. I did finish that last section, so I'm getting someplace. Just, I was wanting to get further. Okay, so where do I start? I'm going to start with my last WIPGO call for March, which is Lemon Cat by Maria Bravko, Cute Patterns by Maria. This is a free pattern. And I think I downloaded it through Facebook. It's so cute. Holding little lemons. So my goal is to finish it. I don't have that much longer. But let me see if I can. This is how far I am. Now, the pattern only goes to here. It's not very big at all. And this color extends out far here and then more this way. And then there's a lighter color and then the branch, I think. And then a lot of back stitching. I don't know that I'm going to get it finished. It works pretty quickly, except I had messed up counting here. And what this is one color, and then a blended color using that color and another color. And then the next color is a single color of the one that was blended. And then there's another blend using that one. And so when I tried to figure out where the counting mistake was, I couldn't tell one color from the other but I believe this is correct now. We'll see. I may go ahead and, before I work down here, I may go ahead and put in the ears and the eyes, just to work on some other color. This color has a lot more extensive, it's this forehead color, extensive color down here. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's Lemon Cat. And so I didn't finish February's second WIPGO call, which was also to finish. And I didn't finish this one. Hopefully I'll get those done by sometime in the end of, before the end of the year. I just have to remember to work on them if it's not in the current month. And what happened is that this past week, I forgot totally about the sewing bee. Actually, I kind of sort of forgot about the WinterBerry, but more on that later. So, I'm missing one of my projects. I'll go back and get it in a minute. WinterBerries, Erica Michaels. I'm working on this berry, which is the last of the WinterBerries, and then I want to finish them all at once. And I have also to finish the Holly Jolly Berry, or Lots of Jolly. I did the Holly Jolly one. Lots of Jolly Berry and the Nativity Berry, that they're still not finished. The Lots of Jolly Berry, I want to crochet a top like I did last time, but I've been knitting, so I didn't crochet. I need to crochet because I want to finish that, so we'll see. When I get closer to the end on this one, I'll knit those tops. And I don't have to wait for these to finish, but, you know, kind of want to. So, anyway, here's my progress. Not very much. This is woolly. I just got tired of working on that. So it's going to be warm, and this is woolly, and then down below is winter and the sheep. And lots more of these white swirls and snowflakes. I just wanted to put a color on there that I could see that would make it look like I did some progress. And I did that, but then I picked up the snowman berry and completely forgot about this berry. So, and I completely forgot the snowman berry over there, so I shall return. Okay, I had taken it out of my basket where I keep these, and then just left it over there and didn't bring it with me. My dog is kind of annoyed that I got up. She was happily snoring beside me. Come back over here. Come on. Come on. Over here. Over here. I'm so sorry I disturbed your slumber. Yes, but you woke me up twice last night. Okay, so this is BrrBerry, Erica Michaels, and I cut the. Had I done that last week? Maybe I did. I cut the fabric down so it wasn't so unwieldy. I was gonna cut the fabric for those Easter patterns that I bought by Twin Peak Primitives, and then I was like, I'm not sure I want to use this fabric. I kind of want to use Ada. Anyway, this is where I am. This is the eyes and beak, I think, of some birds. You can't see them on this pattern, but they're here on this one. And so they're off over on this side, I think, because this is the scarf. So I have to put the scarf in, and then more of the snowman, and then more of these swirls. And the birds. I have to do the birds. But I got, you know, I got a little bit further with that. I know that when you look at the picture, it doesn't look like it has this green color, but it's there. It's there in the picture. And then there's like a purple and this red. The lots of Jolly and Holly Jolly Berries, they called for that color, Strawberry Parfait. So I either have it or that's the one that I got a substitute for. So if that's the one that I got a substitute for, I'm just gonna substitute it again because I didn't buy it again. All right, so that is BrrBerry by Eric Michaels. I'm plugging away at it, but I should be doing more with the other two as well. I want them all done. Not badly enough to pick them all up at the same time, but you know, we only do what we can do. Yeah. And you know, like I said, I've wasted a lot of time. You okay? Okay, so lastly, my temperature chart with by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts, and I better get ready for April, huh? Because I am not ready. This only has half of the thing it needs from over here. So I got to finish this side and then get the other little point going in. So I got to get that done too. So this is the color for between 70 and 75 or 74, I think. Now, remember, I changed my colors so that I wouldn't have, you know, the highest it went was 105, and it can get to 120 here. So to adjust for that, so I wouldn't have the middle all one color, because it can go to 105 in June and not get back down below that until late August, sometime September. April is usually about 100, although it's been colder this year than it has been. But anyway, so we've got a lot of 70s here. These were those 2 days last week that had colder days, and I mean warmer days. And you can see this right here was two nice, beautiful, I think those are mid 70s to 80, or maybe these two are 80. I don't, I'd have to look at the thing. But it's been like basically all the same temperature, except for these 2 days when it was raining and cold. The amount of rain that we've had this year is unbelievable. So much rain, and it's very unusual. But of course, the snow that California got, unusual. Some of the other weather patterns have been different, so I shouldn't be surprised, you know. But it's kind of all one color on this, and I think that April's going to be a lot like that too, where it's pretty much all one color. And the color divisions are very tight. It's not like it's between 70 and 80, you know, it's between 70 and 74, and you know, it's not a big range for the colors. And I liked that about it. But when it's the same the whole week, the same color the whole week, that's just funny, I think. Anyway, this rest of this week is, the rest of the month is probably going to be the same. All one color. Maybe it'll warm up a little bit. Maybe we'll get over 75. Normally by this time in March, you know, we do. So maybe, you know, it starts to get warmer. As a matter of fact, there's some stuff that we need to move for the house. We're still trying to decide if we have to sell or if we can stay here. And there's a lot of stuff that I was like, hey, we better make a decision soon, because we do not need to be moving in the middle of summer. When I moved here, it was, when I moved to Phoenix, it was July 15th or so, because it's my sister's birthday, so it was kind of over that day somehow. And I had searched for and rented a house before moving. And when I saw the house, it was beautiful, right? And the realty company that was getting it through, they knew I wasn't going to move in right away, and I wanted to come. I was coming back to do something, I don't remember what, and I brought a whole bunch of dishes with me so that I could get the kitchen set up before we moved, because my mom and dad were going to come and all that, to try to have less to have to set up so that we could just, you know, eat and stuff. And I walked in, and the kitchen was torn apart. And I called them, and they said, well, you said you weren't going to move in until this date. And I said, yeah, but I already paid you my rent. And it didn't matter. I just left the boxes, you know, in the kitchen, well, in the dining room, and then came back. The air conditioning wasn't working in the middle of the summer here when I got there. It was well over 90 degrees in the house. It was a lot hotter than that outside. It was so hot that taking stuff out of the truck, my brother-in-law got ill, you know, trying to do that. So I'm like, yeah, we don't move in the middle of the summer if you can help it. And if you can't help it, you need to try to get somebody that you pay to do it, because it's too hot. Human beings are not meant to be in those temperatures. I love living here. I do. And I've kind of learned how to live with the temperatures that they are here. But that doesn't mean that I do foolish things like physical labor in the middle of summer. Okay, enough about the weather. So I got, for my WIPGO calls, I had on this from Stitching with the Housewives with all of the stuff to do the BrrBerry Mystery Sal from Fat Quarter Shop. This is not the whole thing. I downloaded the whole thing. You know, it has the rest of the word. It's Boo Crew. Did I say BrrBerry? Boo Crew. And there's a cat or something over here. And I just haven't gotten far enough in it to need to print that out. Sorry. Because I have the pattern on my, Pattern Keeper, which I love. Except it won't take those new Easter patterns. I'm going to separate them, I think, and try again. But this is fabric I dyed myself, 14 count Ada, and that's my beginning. So this is going to be the little hat. And I didn't work on it very long. I don't remember what I was working on. But so during bunny season, I'm going to be working on this. And if you recall, so what I decided to do, since I got this with the Boo Crew stuff to do the Boo Crew Mystery Sal, it came with the with a what is this called? The thread pack. It came with the thread pack and this, and I was like, okay, that's cute. So but it's big, it's huge. So I decided to keep my Halloween stuff in here for now, till I finish those, and then we'll see. So my other WIPGO call was Black Halloween. Now you remember in February it got called and I didn't want to do it, so I did that Easter thing that I didn't finish. And I was like, okay, it's April, it's supposed to be bunnies, but we'll just go ahead and do Halloween. So I finished this one, and I have the fabric dyed for the other two, and I have to decide which one I want to work on. And they're not the same size, so the fabric is not the same size. So I'll figure out which one I need for this or this. I don't know, I might do this one. I was thinking this one yesterday. But maybe this one, I don't know. I'm going to work on this at the end of the month, after the 15th. So I have that long to decide. I'm going to work on BrrBerry first. BrrBerry. Why do I keep calling it BrrBerry? I know why. Because every Halloween, one of the cereal companies puts out a cereal called BrrBerry. My sister loves it because it's blueberry flavored stuff. Still, as an adult, she loves it when she sees it. It's too sweet for me. But Boo Crew. And I don't know, excuse me, that I would have picked that pattern if I had seen it finished. So I don't know that I'd even have started it, if I'd seen it finished. And it's not that I think it's awful. It's cute. But there's a lot of cute patterns. So I've decided that mystery things are not for me. I want to see the whole pattern. They do this big push and all that when they're going to have a sale starting, and you get all hyped and excited, and the little glimpses that you see. But Tiny Modernist, the sale for the Halloween, what's it called? I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I started that sale, and summer cross stitch camp was going on, and so I didn't even start when I should have, and I was behind the whole time, and I love the pattern. It's cute. It's got the skeletons and all this other stuff. I just didn't come even close to finishing it. And then, you know, looking at it when it was done, when I got it all, I'm like, would I have started this project if I'd seen the whole thing? Because then it's kind of like you don't have that fire under you to finish it as much, I think. I don't know. And I like tiny modernist stuff, don't get me wrong. And I do like the pattern, but I might have said, you know, that's kind of big for me. Maybe not. And because I don't do a lot of large patterns, and that one is kind of big. But she's starting a new summer or spring sale, but it's all mermaids and kind of beach stuff, and I love those things. I do. I mean, I lived near the beach for a few years. I love being by the beach. I love being in the water. You know, gone snorkeling and all those things. And I looked at it and I said, "Ooh, I need to do that." No, I'm going to wait until I see the whole pattern and then decide if I want to do it. And I do like to stitch stuff during the season that it's for. I like to sew stuff during the season that it's for. That Easter fabric I bought, I've cut it out. I just haven't started on the sewing the bag yet because my sister's trying to use, you know, the table in here to do some stuff, and that's okay. You know, it's just Easter will be past before I get it done, I guess. I don't know. We have a couple of other Easter things on the Etsy shop, so I'm not too bummed about it, but I might work on it later. We'll see. I still have to call the government back. Anyway, that is all for today. I hope you guys are having a beautiful spring. And it's been kind of windy here as well. And so I haven't been going outside much, and maybe if I was outside a little bit, I would enjoy spring more. But anyway, happy stitching. Enjoy your crafts. And I'll see you again.